wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. My name is Andini. I am from Pangalengan 1 Junior High School, and in this video I would like to tell you a story from the book I have read. Let's get started. Once upon a time, there's a boy named Giovanni. He was a lonely boy who was always bullied by the other kids at school because his father didn't come home. At that time, Giovanni attended school and his teacher asked a question. Now, kids, do you know what this white fluffy thing's really all? Look, it's like a river and milk spill. Teacher said. Teacher showed a big picture of constellation with black background hanging on the blackboard. Giovanni raised his hand to answer teacher's question. But when he stood up, suddenly he couldn't answer the question. Zanelli, his friend who sat in front of him, looked back and laughed. That impressed Giovanni. The teacher gave the question to Campanella, Giovanni's best friend. But Campanella couldn't answer the question too, because he knows Giovanni couldn't answer and he wanted to do the same thing. After that, Giovanni rushed to go home. He looked to around 7 or 8 of his classmates gathered under the sakura tree and surrounding Campanella to discuss plans to go find Karasuuri's gourd to make a blue light lantern which will be floated into the river on the Star Festival tonight. Giovanni came home cheerfully to his little house, and Giovanni entered the house. Mom, are you okay? Asked Giovanni. Oh, Giovanni, you have to work hard. Today, the weather is cool, Mother is fine all day. Mother replied, Mom, the milk has not come yet. I'll just take it for you. Oh, by the way, Mom, I'm sure that will come home soon because I read the newspaper. It said the catch of the fish in the north is getting more and more this year. Dad will definitely go to sea. Dad cannot possibly do something bad until he has to go to the jail. Giovanni said, Your father promised to bring you sea otter coat when he go home, didn't he? Asked his mother. Oh, the kids say that every time when they meet me. They like mocking at me, except Campanella. Campanella never says anything bad to me, said Giovanni with sad face. Your dad and Campanella's dad were close friends since childhood, just like you two, answered his mother. Okay, I'll get some milk. I'll just watch from the sidelines of the river. I'll go in about 1 hour, Giovanni said. Don't let it enter the river. If there is a Campanella, I don't need to worry, Mother said. Giovanni stood up, took close to the window, cleaning his remaining plates and bread. Then he went to get some milk with the condition is getting dark. On the way, he met Zanelli, who bullied at him in class. Giovanni asked if he's going to the river to float the Karasuuri pumpkin lantern, but he only reminded him about the sea otter coat, which annoys Giovanni, and then leaves him. Giovanni didn't realize that he had arrived somewhere on the outskirts of town. He entered the black gate of the milkman. Sorry, we have not got any milk today, so I'm here to get it. My mom is sick, Giovanni said. Then come back here in a bit, because I don't know how there's no one here, the sailor said. When trying to turn at intersection in the corner of town, Giovanni saw 7 students holding pumpkin lanterns at Karasuuri and walking towards the bridge with Campanella. Giovanni ignored him and headed straight for a sloping hill. Upon arriving, he heard a sound of a train. Out of nowhere, a mysterious voice heard that said, "The Milky Way Galaxy Station, the Milky Way Galaxy." And immediately, in front of Giovanni, suddenly became a blast. As soon as he realized he was already in a small train that was moving. He was in a small train at night. It turned out he was on the train with Campanella. Campanella started the conversation. Everyone's run over it fast, but they are still left behind. Zanelli also runs fast and cannot catch up. Campanella said, "I don't know why." Campanella's face went a little bit pale. Watched rotated the plate-shaped map in his hand, and during the trip on the train, Giovanni and Campanella were treated to amazing things in the Milky Way galaxy. Instantly, their carriage was flooded with bright white light. When they checked outside, the water flowed silently and formlessly. The river bed of the Milky Way sparkling brilliantly. When they arrived at the next station, Giovanni and Campanella began walking side by side on the white road. Campanella playing with the sand, and Giovanni went to the side of the river and dipped his hand into the water, and sometimes they returned to the train there, and then they met a lot of people and explained some of the things that were there. After that, they met a boy around 6 years old, a young man standing beside a boy who held his hand tightly, and a little girl about 12 years old. "Gosh, we are arrived in the sky. We are on our way to heaven. We have nothing to fear anymore. God has called us," said the young man. Then they finally sat beside Campanella and Giovanni. "We don't need to be sad anymore about anything. We are on our way to a beautiful place and will soon be in a God's house," the young man comforted. At that time, the young man was asked where they were from, and then he explained that he boarded the ship and then hit an iceberg and sank. After that, the young man was unconscious and shouted at the top of his lungs, asking that these children be put into the lifeboats. I resigned myself to my fate, hugging the two children this little guy was fighting to survive. Then, somehow, someone threw a lifebelt for us, but it missed and was thrown and away suddenly. Out of nowhere, someone sang hymn number XX, then we are here. Giovanni only bowed his head sadly. While on their way, they were treated to lots of good views and beginning of the Pika Pika birds, many olive forests, corn trees, southern crosses, and other. After a very long and also amazing journey, the young man and his children went down and they said goodbye to Giovanni and Campanella. After that, Giovanni and Campanella talked. "Campanella, we all are again. Let's stay together to the ends of the world, like the scorpion. If for everyone's true happiness, I'm willing to burn my body up to 100 times," said Giovanni. "Me too," said Campanella. "But what is everyone's true happiness?" asked Giovanni. "I don't know," replied Campanella. "Let's do our best, shall we? Oh, look, it's so beautiful," Giovanni said. Campanella, we have to be together, yeah?" Giovanni said. However, the figure of the campaign was no longer in the chair he was sitting in. He disappeared. Giovanni hit his chest very hard and then cried profusely. It turned out that at the time, Giovanni was actually asleep on the hill. And when he went down the hill and towards the river, he received a bad news that the campanella was lost in the river and could not to be found. And the story ends here. The book that I read is still a mystery because the author breathed his last and found a pile of manuscript next to his pillow that were still full of scribbles to delete or add sentences. That's a story from me. I'm sorry if there are some words are wrong because I'm still learning English and I'm still on process learning English. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.